Welcome back to What She Said Sports. Okay, everybody, we are back. Welcome if you're just not joining us. Welcome back if you were on the earlier podcast. This is 2 of 3. We got one more to go. If you can't stay long, you can join us around 12:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the third podcast. We are reacting to For the Glory. So yesterday we talked about Coach Prime being in the hospital, and Osake and Bucky shared a video of Coach Prime being in the hospital. We saw Karuchi Tran. We saw Lauren, who everybody agrees is likely in the wheel. I likened her to Coach Prime's twin sister. And down by his side for 14 surgeries, she's on his personal medical team. And, his mood and everything getting ready to lead up to the operating room. So what we're getting ready to see is the trek down the hall to the operating room, and when he returns and what they discuss, and you get to see some more people in his life. So this one right here, I would say, had me like this, because they were talking about the procedure, what took place, how it was performed. I'm like, oh my. And he even said it at one point. So let's just get right into it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Okay, so let's just get into it. All
right. It's good to hand us, right?
Yes, sir.
Where is he? There you go.
I guess, man. It's
gonna be all God.
We'll bring him back one piece.
Us.
Yes, sir.
You know, I got my other brother right here too.
All right, so this is Coach Prime going into the this is surgery. Okay, hold on 1 second. I gotta skip. Hold on one second. That's the thing about YouTube. It's a little tougher. It's a little tougher. Hold on 1 second. All right. On. So I think, give me a minute. It's got to maneuver a little differently here. Okay. Oh. Okay, I think I got it. All right.
What does that mean?
Shedeur, no completions. I mean, no incompletions.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Oh, you're the star of the show. Okay, everything went well today, and I have a special surprise for you tomorrow. Okay?
You gonna show him my inside?
Yeah, I am.
So that's his doctor talking to him. We have to talk about it. It's a reaction. That's his doctor talking to him. If you notice, Bucky was explaining to him, he wanted to know first how everybody was doing. Bucky said that Shedeur had no incompletions, and now the doctor is telling him what has taken place.
I taped the whole thing for you. Okay? All right? So they're going to take good care of you. I want you to get out of bed tonight, okay?
All
right. Excellent. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Thank you, Mom.
Of course. You're welcome. Thank you.
Good. Give me a squeeze with both hands here. Lift your arms up. Good job.
Making sure he's good after surgery.
You do a little dance.
Did you see Kaylee with the bag?
You good?
This is Lauren asking about the bag. And did Karuchi leave with it?
Still on that Snoop Dogg.
Showing that Snoop Dogg.
They call her Kay.
Yeah,
This
that's right,
is somebody.
man.
Oh, that's her right there. She's back.
On Amazon all the way.
How the kids doing?
They're
That's the
good.
best way to go.
My first one's going to college soon, but no, they're good. Thank you for asking.
That's for somebody he knows.
Everybody has my number. Okay.
Good.
Take
I'm
good
thinking
care
it's
of
the
you.
reporter lady.
If you need anything,
That's his real sister, I do believe, right? So this is Coach Prime's real sister. If anybody can confirm in the comments, I think this is Coach Prime's real sister. Yeah, I think, and I don't think they actually are twins. I joked and said Lauren was like his twin sister, because 14 surgeries in, but she is on his personal medical team. But still, you could see that there's a she's family. So this right here, I do believe is his actual sister. I can't remember if her name is Tiffany. Y'all can let me know in the comments. This is his blood sister. She's been staying with the mom, Miss Connie. So take a listen here.
And
You was gonna be just the rich though.
I don't care about that. I'd rather
grab
see
your
you
wristband
here.
real quick.
They probably get all the rest.
I'd rather see you here, baby.
They
That's
get
really
this,
important to
this,
me.
Rather
this,
see
this.
him.
Folks get all the rest.
That ain't important to me. I'd rather see you here. So you can help with your mommy. Your mom
So she says she's going to go stay with your mommy. So that's his sister.
had a good time with your auntie.
Yeah, she likes stuff like that.
I say, but they love it. Even when I show you the food, your thing on the menu, she come on. My baby got something on the menu too. Then they brought it out there too. She had her a good time with it.
Okay, so all right, so hopefully we're all on the same page. He is, so that's his sister, and her name is Tracy. Okay, I thought it was Tiffany. Okay, thank you for that, Marlon. This is his sister Tracy. I said Tiffany because I don't know his sister's name. You rarely see her. She told him, I didn't care about nothing. I just want to make sure you was good. She's taking care of the mom. So that's his blood sister. We all confirmed this is his actual sister. But I rarely see her. So I guess she's always with Miss Connie. And I'm assuming they all live at the estate in Boulder. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm assuming they've been there the whole time because the surgery is in Boulder, Colorado somewhere. So, all right, we'll get back to it. Okay. That's Shedeur on the phone.
How you feel earlier?
I'll go back just a little bit.
I say, but they love it. Even when I show you the food, your thing on the menu, she come on. My baby got something on the menu too. Then they brought it out there too. She had her a good time with it.
How you feel earlier? Because I know you got a little nervous. You just feel when you got into your rhythm. Did you feel it?
Yeah, I'm just not used to sitting.
What you mean, sitting?
Not getting
I
ready
get
to
like
rep.
the second half of everything. So I just gotta wait.
Okay, so did y'all hear that? So Shedeur knew he was in the hospital. They said one child said, you it's not for your foot because I see you walking. So Shedeur knew at this point while he's in Cleveland trying to get believing that they're gonna give him a fair chance. You can hear Shedeur say, I'm just sitting. I guess I just have to wait. So this is where Shedeur is telling his dad, I'm not used to sitting. So they're taking a star player and basically making him sit on the bench behind people that he are better than. And, Coach Prime gives him words of spirituality, wisdom, you're doing it for God, this, that, and the other. Shedeur is actually, you could tell he's not impatient in his voice. I guess he's just a little taken aback that they're making him sit. So even though they drafted him late, he's still thinking, well, I'm going to go out here and get a chance with everybody else. And that's not the case. So he says he's being forced to sit. So that's what they're talking about. So Shedeur at this point knew his dad had surgery of some sorts. So that's what you're hearing here. Let's get back to it.
Okay. Read over all these stuff.
Don't do anymore.
Give God the glory first.
I don't push like.
That's what I've been praying about. That's what God told me. Give him the glory. He's going to keep elevating. You got a lot of people riding on you, but God is using you to bless a lot of people.
So, give God the glory. God is using you. Got a lot of people riding on you, son. Just give God the glory. He going to keep elevating you. And it's true. And we see it happening, right? Shedeur doesn't get publicly frustrated. He's not even frustrated talking to his dad. He's just telling him it is what it is. I guess I have to wait, right? I don't know if y'all know, but there was a conversation between Shedeur and Myles Garrett. Somebody was mic'd up. I don't know. I'm thinking Myles Garrett or either the cameras have really, really good audio that they picked up a conversation where Shedeur was talking about some reps with Myles Garrett. And Myles was like, you're not trying to rush, are you? Like that. So basically, everybody just wants Shedeur to sit. Everybody just wants Shedeur to be patient, but he's not being given a fair opportunity. So that's what he was talking to his dad about. Shedeur knew his dad had surgery. So, that's where we are. So now it's going to switch. So let me change frames. All right. I'm gonna close that one out and go to this one. Okay. Oh, I think I messed it up. Duh. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. So if you're just not joining us, we're reacting to Prime Part 2. Okay, I think this is it right here. We might be a little bit of the same, so we might need to skedaddle up a little bit, but we'll see. All right. All right, let's see if y'all can see my screen. All right, here we go. Now, this is Coach Prime and Lauren, so take a listen.
You good?
I'm great.
Feel better?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm still on that Snoop Dogg.
Showing us Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Oh, we started
That's
part.
all
Let me
going
speak
on
up a little bit.
today. Amazon all the way.
How the kids doing?
That's his sister.
Good.
That's where to go.
My first one's going to college and soon, but no.
Okay.
God is using you to bless a lot of people.
Shedeur. Okay, here we go.
Oh, God. Jesus, everything
Karuchi.
inside of me hurts.
Big stretch.
Oh, God. Oh.
Just a little bit. Almost smells like a cane.
You want your slippers or you okay with your socks?
I think she might be better than a cane.
All right, did y'all hear that? So essentially the nurses were asking Coach Prime, did he want his cane? And you can hear you can hear Karuchi saying, do you want your, very gently and softly, do you want your slippers or your socks? And he's in pain, right? And the nurse can be heard saying, I think she's better than the cane. I'm like, that's her. That's Karuchi. That she taking care of her man. So you know, she's right there by his side, helping him to walk. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay.
Where it's supposed to go
Lauren is telling him what has happened. So please listen closely.
for the prostate and connect everything, the ureters. That's why he has a drain in there, because the ureters and everything because those have to get reconnected to the new bladder. So it can drain to the kidneys, can drain it into the ureters, into the bladder. So it's like, this was not little, so it's like major. Yeah, look at it. Look at major.
This the fetus kidney.
Shit around him.
Oh,
Nice job.
Jesus Christ.
Feel better that you're sitting, or is it still hurting pretty bad?
Can you tell me what's going on right here?
So they took your intestine, cut it in 2 places, so it hurts there and there. They make a new bladder. All of that hurts. They go in through your penis too at some point, so that hurts. The catheter hurts. The new bladder hurts. The intestines,
Oh, God.
and then the skin and muscle itself too. When they have to suture that close, so that's bag.
It's like they just cut it open.
They infected.
They sure did.
Infected.
Oh, my God. I didn't know it was like that.
Did y'all hear that? Okay, hold up. So, okay, that's the part right there that got me. I'm holding my face, holding my mouth. He said, I didn't know it was like that. So everything he just endured, I have no idea how they got from making a decision to having this surgery for a new bladder removal and a new one, and everything that has to be connected to the kidneys. That's what Lauren was explaining. And going through his appendage and the catheters and this, and he said you could see how much pain he's in, and for him to say, I didn't know it was gonna be like this, I'm like, oh my, that's his sister right over there on the side, Karuchi. The sweetest scene with her walking in the hallway with him. She's trying to help him get back his strength. So she'll be there in the background likely, but she'll be around. We don't see her. She's likely somewhere off camera, but she's definitely a fixture there. And it's just it shows you this man just had major life-threatening surgery that he could have died in, which is why he had to make a will. This is not an easy task. You heard the doctor taking his intestines, cutting it, taking the middle part. That's the new bladder. Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Right. And then you can't just sit still after you have surgery. You gotta start moving around at some point, right? You got to make sure everything is functioning. The bladder is adapting, but because it's from his intestines, so that means his intestines is not intact. So it's just, this was a major, major life change. And it sounded like he didn't even know it was going to be this major. So let's get back to it. This was a lot. This was a lot. This was the episode that got me. Yeah, it was a lot. So hold on one second. All right. So we're going to switch to the next one that I have. All right. So this is Coach Prime sitting outside, and you can hear his voice a little stronger. Just take a listen. This is after the pain, after a few days. Just listen.
Why? So I can help the purpose more expeditiously. Because if I know the purpose and the plan, I can help. I know some of you saying, well, God don't need no help. Yeah. I think God uses us as vessels to help his glory and his will and his way. So that's all I said, God, let me know so I can help the purpose and the plan. I don't know if you actually know what's going on, but bladder cancer, nobody, it's probably your first time hearing it. And another thing, God just placed in my spirit. Be careful how you judge people.
Yep. Be careful how you judge people.
Because you never know what they got going on. You never know.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Be careful. Be careful how you judge people because you don't know what they have going on. Is that not what I said yesterday? Shame on the NFL. We were taught, raised that be careful how you treat people because you never know what they're going through. What did Coach Prime just say? Be careful how you judge people because you never know what they're going through. Never know. Cruelty is what was happening to Shedeur and honestly some of the rest of the buffs in the NFL draft. No other way to describe it. Let's get back to it.
They're up against, you never know what they have going on in their life. You never know the obstacles, the trials, the tribulations. You never know the journey. But you got an opinion.
Did y'all notice he's hooked up to like a catheter? I didn't realize over here to the right is a table with some wires and some cords. He's actually hooked up to, I think, a catheter and talking to us. Amazing.
Yes, sir. Got an opinion. And oftentimes your opinion is based on foolishness. It never even matters. You don't know. It's based on an action or a reaction of somebody that you don't know. It's another thing I would like to know. How can I have a visible relationship with you since 1985 when I came out of high school and went to Florida State? You saw me articulate, you saw me grow, you saw me mature, going to Atlanta, going to San Francisco, going to the local team, baseball, football. You know I keep it above. But yet and still you can believe a fool that pops into your life and says something derogatory about me.
So he's talking about, I've been knowing certain people. I don't know who he was talking about since 1985, Florida State. Then he goes on to the NFL. Then he goes on to the Falcons. He goes on to I think he said the 49ers or San Francisco. I don't know who he's talking about. He said, but then you've been knowing me all this time, 85, and you choose to believe a fool that pops up and tells you something about me. If y'all have any context as to what he's talking about, let me know. I have no idea, but he's talking about somebody, and it starts, whoever it is, it goes back to 85. It goes back to Florida State before the NFL, and somebody popped up and said something foolish about him. So just take a listen.
Yeah, my kids, or my family member, but you had the relationship with me. But you could believe a fool that you don't even have a relationship with me. And oftentimes you gotta ask yourself, don't the fool have something to gain? Because the fool only is a fool because he wants to gain. He wants to get out of that foolish way, that foolish comfort.
So, okay. So he's talking about somebody. He said a fool has something to gain. So I don't know what has transpired. I really don't know. I know Coach Prime said he changed his numbers, several phone numbers that he has, and they probably gonna keep changing numbers. Somebody was trying to get at him. I don't know what's going on, but he's talking about something. What I'm noticing is, in addition to being hooked up to this machine, a catheter or whatever, how small he is. His voice seems to be stronger than it was, when he first came out of surgery. This is a couple of days in the hospital, right? Because clearly he needed time to heal from the pain that he was in. It was immense. You could see it. So we getting ready to go on to the next one. But if y'all have any context of who he's talking about or what he's talking about, let me know. All right. This is getting ready to leave. This is on the plane home. So let's take a listen. That means they went bold. They're going back to Texas.
Love, just I love Country Prime. I love country. I love the lake. I love the water. I love the young. I love the son, Lauren, coming down here to take care of me. I love it. It's a beautiful thing. God is so good. Don't you ever tell me what God ain't, because I know what He is. Don't you tell me He can't, because I know what He can. Don't you ever tell me why not, because I know why. God is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I may not be moving expeditiously right now, but I'm moving. God bless you.
Now this is Lauren. This is May 19th. This is Lauren. He has a catheter. I don't even know what it's connected to.
So y'all remember when
That's
you
blood.
said I was just on the phone with D-Boy and told him his music inspired me to go harder?
They just having a casual conversation.
I was just on the phone with D-Boy. I said music inspired me to go harder in the gym.
Nah, for real. That is insane, man.
I know, man.
But God is what?
You're great.
Thank
you. All the time.
Do you ever complain?
No, sir.
Do you ever say, "Pull it on me"?
I gotta sit down for this.
Do you ever have a pity party?
Never.
No, sir.
You just keep moving.
It's the only option.
Because this has a purpose. God has a plan. I trust His purpose and I know His plan.
So at this point, Coach Prime cannot empty his own bladder, the new bladder he has. So Lauren, who's on his medical team, making it as casual as, because she's so familiar with him. They just talking about anything. Then they turn their attention to the insanity of the fluids, the bodily fluids coming from Coach Prime. Now, I don't know how he lost so much weight. I really don't. Because if they found the tumor and then they scheduled the surgery. We saw him at the draft, and I have a photo of him in the draft. He looked pretty good to me. So maybe after the surgery, but he does kind of look little right here. So I don't know where all the weight loss started. I have no idea where the weight loss started. But let's see if we could get back to it.
Make that rhyme, and he got the right man.
That's Bucky. We brought his studio stuff out here so you could.
Yeah, we're gonna flip.
This right there.
Son gonna spit one tonight. Gonna spit one tonight, son.
That's cool.
You better hope your dad's lyrics ain't harder than yours.
They
go.
If it is.
What he just did. It's all fall down like that. That's a tearjerker.
Amen.
But
They talking about the song Bucky made called All Fall Down. Coach Prime said it was a tearjerker. Do y'all see how casual they making this? Lauren is family. She's definitely not there as a service professional. She is family.
I mean, just
the first All Fall Down is a tearjerker. That's
no,
what I've been
but
listening to.
the choir and all that. I need him to give me one of them files with the choir and all that.
Yeah. It's so crazy because there's apps where you could like put whatever you want in and have the choir singing. It's just technology is so crazy these days. Good
Wow.
Lord, man.
We'll save this for you, Malone.
So she takes the catheter and it fills the bag. Remember, he told us he had 2 bags at one point. She takes it and empties it so he can keep progressing forward. So at this point, his bladder is being released into a catheter. Oh, wow.
No. It never stops.
It's bad. It's bad as good.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to be disconnected from all of this so I could
Soon
resume the normalcy of life.
Yeah.
As you can see, I probably lost 12 pounds.
Yep.
Today was a good day though.
Mm-hmm.
The whole movement came back. think we walked a mile early this morning. Then I think I walked another quarter later on with Nate. 2 times around, I believe, is a quarter.
So from May 9th, when he got to the hospital, to May 19th, which is the day we're looking at, that's where he lost the 12 pounds, I'm assuming, which means that at the draft, he was his normal size, because I have a photo of it. He looks good. So I don't know, unless the stress kicked in after the draft and it just, it all kind of took over. It's possible, because some people say they thought he was starting to look a little frail outside when they were at the draft event.
And I think I'm up to 75 on my body weight squat. I got 25 more.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got 25 more to do, and I'm good. Then I got 100 push-ups.
Off here, though, right? You're going to do
I can't stretch.
Right.
All this is, I don't even want to get to that. But
we're on the come up.
We good.
He looks good.
We on the way back.
Yes, sir.
So that's it, guys. That's it. That's that one. That's it. That's the end of that one. I don't know if y'all saw the one. That might have been yesterday when Coach Prime went down to the pier and he had 2 bags. And now today we're seeing in the video part 2 today, we're seeing that he what the process is like, that he's attached to this bag. Now, at one point, they used to be called colostomy bags, but I don't know what they are anymore, because this is a bladder situation, not a colon situation. So I maybe it's still the same thing. I don't know. If you're a nurse or whatever, feel free to tell us. But as you could see, right, from the moment he was sitting outside, before they left, you could see his voice coming back a little bit. You could see him being a little stronger. He was just hooked up to a lot of things. And then, on part 2, toward the end, they're back casually releasing the bodily fluids from the bag, and Lauren is putting them in a container. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. But they like family. They just having a conversation about it. It's not anything jarring to her. So at this point, he seems to be stronger. He's working out. He's walking. You can hear him say he's doing push-ups, but it's the center part where he was cut open, for lack of a better term, doing surgery, where they, the entry point for surgery. That point is obviously still sore, because you have your tissue, your muscle, the new bladder, everything coming back, trying to get back to its normal self. So it's a lot of soreness there. But the fact that he's walking a mile a day, doing push-ups, and then when we saw him, I don't know if we're going to see a part 3 from Bucky, but then when we saw him, he was playing basketball, he was playing tennis. So he came a long way before he went back to CU. He totally recovered. He left the bull junk ahead of the draft, but he'd already had the surgery scheduled, went through the draft. I'm sure, it hurt him. He's going to be on the Asante Samuel podcast on Thursdays. Asante said they're getting the schedule together. They don't know what time. I'm assuming this Thursday, but I don't like to assume, so we'll just stand by and see. We'll go live after that podcast, so we can react to it just like we did part 2 for the glory on Bucky. And I'm going to share the link to Bucky's video in the comments, so y'all can check it out in its entirety. And that way y'all can check it out. But that was part 2. And for the glory, that was part 2. And we get ready to talk about it. All right. So I'm proud of Coach Prime. The way he did things from beginning to end, keeping things discreet, letting your kids know something's going on, but not the diagnosis, because it's scary. He was selfless coming out of surgery, wanting to ask about Shiloh, Shedeur, Travis, and Jimmy. He wanted to know. That was like the first thing he asked. That was essentially the first thing he asked. And I was like, this man is completely selfless. Like, he's completely selfless. And for people to, I think that's what he was meaning by don't judge a person. You never know what they going through, right? Completely selfless. Completely selfless. So let's see what y'all are saying here. Doctors put on drainage bags to help manage various medical conditions and facilitate recovery, primarily focusing on collecting bodily fluids. Okay. Thank you for that, Gretchen. We appreciate that. All the waste is on his in his system. Okay. All the waste in his system. Charlotte said anytime you have surgery, in some cases, you have to allow the fluid to drain. But in his case, he also had to use the catheter for his urine. Okay. There we go. I'm going to start the comment to Bucky's video so y'all can watch it if you haven't already. CL said, he said at one point he wasn't eating and he lost weight. Okay. There we go. Cause I'm like, okay, we already had the surgery. Okay. So thank you for that clarity. CL, he wasn't eating. That's okay. That makes sense. So maybe the stress set in before the draft. I'm sure it did before the surgery, because that was what, May 9th. The draft was August, April 23rd. So yeah, there was some time. So that's why after major surgery, you have to expel gas because they know your body, is functioning after surgery. Right. And he did say he was starting to feel like everything was coming back. It was obvious to me during the draft. Shiloh on one side, Shedeur on the other. They sat down. I could see that his energy was off. Right. I think I know what clip you're talking about. I think I remember them standing up talking to him at the draft. And I remember they were outside and it just seemed like he was just a little frail. I think that was on day 2 or day 3. So by the end, the stress had probably already set in and he wasn't eating. It just made it worse. Michael Irvin interview said it all. Okay. Thank you. And it said coloscopy is here for, he doesn't have that, but a catheter for it. Right. Okay. So, okay. That's actually pretty good. Thank you for that, Charlotte. It said the bag is to measure output. Okay. So it does measure what you take. And then she takes it and put it in another. I wonder, do they send it off to pathology to make sure everything's okay? Or they just dispose of it? I don't really know. I saw how Silo set him down in the chair outside that Saturday. And I was like, he's not feeling well. I was thinking the same thing. Yep. April 24th. That was the draft. Okay. Okay. Thank you. He said it started in April. Yeah. Okay. It makes sense. It said, yeah, I thought during the draft that he didn't look his stuff. Right. There's a photo of he and Shedeur. They were inside on night 1 when they were just kind of looking. And I remember them saying they got Flacco. Coach Prime was talking about Flacco. I don't know what night that was, but I often use the photo of him and Shedeur because he looked so good. He did. He looked really good. He looked healthy. He looked strong. And I feel like, I can't tell you what night it was. I just know that when I looked at the photo and then when I saw Coach Prime, remember we didn't see him for a while after the draft, for a long time. And people started questioning, is Coach Prime still posting? Because we didn't see him. Normally you see him. So, I don't really know, but I don't think it helped. This is the photo right here. I don't think it helped that what was happening in the draft. Now, he knew something was going to happen, right? He knew something because he said it. I'm taking off a week to get ready for the bull jump, but he also had the surgery scheduled. But then if you listen to part 2, he didn't even know it was going to be to that extent. When he said that, I said, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, okay, that makes sense because I don't think he knew to the extent of how this, they had robotic surgery to take the first bladder out. Then you got to go back in and, I don't think he knew he was going to be to that magnitude and what was really involved. And when he said it, I was like, okay, I get it. See, it's one thing to go into something knowing you think you know how it's going to go. It sounds simple. Oh, we're going to use robotic surgery to remove the bladder, this to connect to that. But you don't know all of the pain because you got all of these organs you shifting and moving around and you reconnecting. If you listen to Lauren talk, that's how you knew. I was like, geez, did he not know this? So people were in the comments talking about they had friends and family and wives and spouses to go through the same thing. So I don't want to say this is common. I don't want to say it's common, but it's kind of is. It seems to be kind of common. It doesn't seem to be as rare as you would think, considering to the extent of the lifestyle alteration that you have to go through. This surgery, if you go to Bucky's comments, there are many people talking about, yeah, I know what he went through because my wife had this, or my dad had this, or this, that, and the other. I'm like, oh, this is common. I've never even heard of it. But apparently this happens a lot. And maybe it happens a lot because people don't want to go through. Remember, he had 3 options. MD Anderson was the most extreme. And then the first one was gonna be 3 years going to the doctor for every week. And I know what that's like because my stepdad, I drove him. He had the same thing. For like a year or 2, I had to drop him off for radiation treatment. And he actually did beat cancer, but but he got really little too. He got really small as well. So, and then there was this option, removing the bladder. It sounds simple. It sounds simple. But the pain he was in, I was over there holding my face. When she's saying they had to go through his appendage, I'm like, geez. So I'm very proud of him to choosing, 1, to be vulnerable and tell us all of this. 2, to have the courage. I don't know if I would have had the courage. I'm just going to say it. I don't know if I would have had the courage to do that, because now seeing him do it, I'm probably not going to have the courage to do it. I'm like, if it just come my way, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it. I know this is supposed to help us go get checked out, our loved ones, because I've already said it to the significant other in my life. You're going to need to get yourself checked out. But at the same time, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. This man is selfless. Going into surgery, worried about everybody around, making sure everybody perk up and everybody happy. We can't have that now. Then when he comes out asking about Travis, Shedeur, Jimmy, having a consciousness, he just want to know how they doing, keeping things from them so it doesn't disrupt that what they have going on, getting to the next level. Like, wow. Today he posted about Bucky, just pictures of him and Bucky for obvious reasons, right? Like, Bucky may have not grown up with him, but God knew Bucky was going to have his time. He knew he was going to have his time. It said that was day 2. Yep. Oh, that was day 2. Okay. Tell me he don't look good right here. Tell me he don't look good right here. Coach Prime is one of God's true facts. Amen. And Lauren too, because wow. It said they have to keep track of the output. If there's no output, then something's wrong. Oh, okay. So the output tells you that everything is flowing as it should. Okay. Everything is going well. All the organs getting back. The bladder's working properly. Okay. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you. It said, I don't speak on everything on YouTube out of respect for other people's story to tell. Okay, Blue Moon. Okay, we got it. It said, yeah, coach looked off during the draft. Yeah, he did toward the day 3 when they were waiting, when they were out throwing the football. But if this is day 2, tell me this man don't look good right here. Tell me he don't look full of life. Look at his face. He didn't look, That was the first night after the draft. Okay, so I wondered, they were in the house at this point. Oh, I don't know if they were in the house at the tent. I didn't see. They look like twins right there. Yep. Shedeur and Coach Prime, I would say, are honestly the most alike. They really are the most alike. Down to the DNA, they really are. They're a lot alike, but not in personality, right? But they are a lot alike. I noticed. It said. So this is what Roger Goodell said. No, what he worried about him. No. Roger Goodell didn't know about this. If his own son didn't know, why the hell would Roger Goodell say, I'm worried about your pops and not say nothing? Roger Goodell was talking about the draft. That's what he was talking about. That's what he was talking about. Nobody knew about this. Not in April. Not in April. Hell, Shedeur didn't know until he FaceTimed him. Travis didn't know until he got married. And Bucky said, you know why we can't be there? So that means he told him. It said, Mac, I knew you was up in there. It said, I think he knew it was a serious surgery, but I got the impression he was speaking more about the amount of pain he had to endure. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, because if you never had, he had 14 surgeries. So surgery is serious, but toes are toes. But Lauren said it. Yeah, this is major surgery. So it just seems to be a little bit gap of knowledge there. That's what it's giving to me. Because she was like, yeah, this is major surgery, when she was showing where everything got to be connected. So he knew it was, you don't know the extent of the pain, but the man had 14 surgeries. So you ain't no stranger to surgery. So I don't think he knew it was as involved as it is. I don't think he did. That's why Laura was like, yeah, this major surgery. So it just seemed to be a slight gap in knowledge there. It said the doc wasn't detailed, but Lauren broke it down. If everything cut, moved. Yep, she did. She did. And you could see the way she was like, yeah, this is, I was like, yeah, this major surgery. Even Bucky was like, they cut him open. Yeah. They leave the first bladder in. I know because I'm waiting on a kidney transplant. No, they say they took it out and send it to what is it? They sent it to pathology to see if it has any more cancer cells to study it, basically. That along with some lymph nodes that they found. They said that's what they were supposed to. That's what Lauren was explaining to Carucci. They call her K. That's cute. I like that. It says, is this what Roger Goodell meant by saying he's worried about him and Shedeur why he worried about his dad? No. No. Roger Goodell told Shedeur, I'm worried about your dad because what we finna do to your dad. It ain't no coincidence all this was going on behind the scenes and they didn't know. If Roger Goodell knew this was happening to Coach Prime and he felt comfortable enough to tell Shedeur something Shedeur didn't know about his dad, that mean they tight, right? That mean they friends. Roger Goodell didn't visit Coach Prime. So no, that's not what he was talking about. He was talking about the draft. You see how they scapegoated Coach Prime. And that was back in February. Hell, Coach Prime didn't even know in February. When Shiloh was picked up by Tampa on live, I knew something was off by Coach Prime's smile. I thought it was just her. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I mean, by the end, he praised them. He said, y'all did really good. I'm proud of y'all. He was hurt. Coach Prime was hurt by that moment. He was hurt because remember, they had him on the stage in February, New Orleans Super Bowl weekend with Bill Belichick treating him like they care about him. And they had him and his sons in those exclusive rooms. And I don't know if y'all know, but Bucky spoke out on the Morning Run. I think that's the show with Uncle Neely and them. He talked about how there's a slight hiccup in him supposedly filming for the NFL, meaning Roger Goodell said it, but now each team has to approve it. So the question is, did Roger Goodell tell Bucky, knowing full well this wasn't going to happen, offering him lip service? Yeah, you can film for us. Now he got to go team by team to get approval. You let me know your thoughts. Because I always told y'all, we're going to see how that worked out. I didn't see, there was no way they could treat Shedeur and Coach Prime that way, but still let Bucky film. I'm like, because the hatred that they had in the draft was intense. Intense. Look at what they did. Doing what they did to Shedeur was to embarrass Coach Prime. And don't forget the program. Was day one that leather outfit 12 wore that day? I think so. Because I got a picture of it too. I need to see. Okay, I'm sorry, it's other conversations. Marlon said yes, it's one. It says so. Coach Prime says when your why is for others, it's more difficult to give up. That's it. that would be it, because that's what it has to be. It said he was in pain, but still ministering to Shedeur and speaking life into him. Yep. And asking about the other guys too. I think the doctor told him it was over 7 hours. Oh Lord. Jeez. That's serious. That is serious. I like how Lowe broke it down. Oh, it said you didn't like how Lowe broke it down, but you understood her. I didn't. Let me know what you mean by that, Mac. Let me know. It said, did Lawrence say it was a 7-hour surgery? 7 hours is major. That's why he had to make a will. You could not survive that. If I'm not mistaken, Commissioner's son played with CU. The commissioner's son? Grandson? He was at Jackson State, so he might be over there. Who knows? But he did. I know at Jackson State, Coach Prime had the commissioner's grandson, Prentice, on the roster at JSU. I don't know about Colorado. Bucky recently posted he's not doing it now. Yeah. I was always a little leery of that. I wouldn't want to do it either. Bucky said Tampa was tripping the other day about him filming, and that's why he inserted pics in his videos and not footage. Really? Oh, when he was out there? Oh, wow. That's crazy. Okay. So, see, my suspicions confirmed. I was always suspicious because I said it. I said, y'all say Bucky said he's supposed to film. And I'm like, I want to see that because look at the draft. Look at what happened in the draft. That was not an accident. It was not an accident when they started saying New York started defaming Shedeur, when New York started saying Coach Prime this, Coach Prime that. Coach Prime was like, I'll leave it up to God. But that wasn't enough because the plan coming into the combine was to defame him. The plan going into the draft was to lock him out of the first round, take him off the board, call him entitled, which was parroting the New York Giants. And then the plan was what? Put him somewhere after who came through and called them stupid. See, that was the unexpected. Just like right now, we're dealing with the unexpected with ESPN on all their shows telling the truth. That's unexpected because you don't see that every day. They got rid of the facility, but they ain't going to get rid of ESPN. Not all of their shows. So just because you took down a facility who was telling the truth that they lied to us about Shedeur, and now you see how Cleveland is treating Shedeur, it should tell you they were all working together. This was nothing but collusion before the combine started. The question is, why did they even feel the need to invite Shedeur to the combine or the draft? So they could humiliate him. He don't go nowhere else or start his own league. Draft and destroy. It's not new. Vince Young, same thing. Max said, I'm in the medical field. I like how Lauren broke it down so people can understand it. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that clarity. He responded to a comment because people were asking where the videos of Tampa camp was. Oh, really? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. That's why I said it'll be interesting to see what happens next year. They might take a moment until we forget about what Coach Prime is going through. But he was talking about somebody. I don't know who he was talking about when he said, watch what you say, how you judge people because you don't know what they're going through. So I don't know. If somebody been knowing him a long time, something has happened, I have no idea. I'm sure it'll come out, but I was always a little leery of that. So that meant that tells you again, Roger Goodell was just giving Bucky lip service. Playing in Shedeur face, and they scapegoated his dad and they humiliated his brother. So I knew that wasn't going to happen. I was like, I want to see it. Maybe they was going to do it to save face. I didn't know. But hell, they're not even wanting to do that. So it's not a surprise. But I'm glad Coach Prime didn't go to Cleveland, though. So, all right, y'all, we're going to get out of here. This was revealing, very revealing. I didn't know the surgery was 7 hours. I had no idea it lasted that long. I just noticed how selfless he was, how intense his pain was. But I love how quickly he healed. That says a lot. So from May 9th to May 19th, 10 days from surgery to being at home. And then after that is when he must have started going fishing with people. So we'll probably see some of that too, I'm sure. I don't know if Bucky has a part 3 to drop, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So I hope y'all enjoyed the reaction. Thank you for the clarity on the medical terminology and the process and the bags and the drainage bags or whatever you call them. Because I didn't know that. That's pretty good. But Coach Prime is a trooper. He's a warrior. And we'll be back at 12:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time just for a casual You Up podcast. We'll probably talk about the Buffs. Meanwhile, back in Boulder, they had their first camp today. We want to show them some love. And I told y'all that Kaden Salter threw a dime to Isaiah Harge. I also watched Caleb Mathis' podcast. It was really good. The Buffs went swimming together. They had an outing, the team meetings that they had. And Juju filmed the NIL commercial, got to see his dad. I'd never seen his dad. So they doing pretty good. Everybody got their social media, so I keep sharing their social media. Juju's page is pretty good. Caleb's page is, both of these guys are making money. I know Caleb is monetized, I think. Juju might be. So go check it out, Julian Lewis. If you haven't watched his page, make sure you subscribe. All right, y'all, we're going to get out of here. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching What She Said Sports. We'll catch you all later on. Thank you. Have a good night if we don't see you at 12. Thanks for watching What She Said Sports. Thank you for watching What She Said Sports. Be sure to join our daily live stream and listen up to What She Said Sports on the go on Spotify. Thank you for watching What She Said Sports. Stay for another video.